Before I went to Morocco, I knew how rich in culture, cuisine, and history Morocco is, but this was from looking at Moroccan furniture and going to Moroccan restaurants in Europe. I don't think I understood the extent of the richness until I visited Fez. After visiting Chef Shawan, I made my way to Fez for a day trip. You can check out the Chef Shawan video on my page. The drive was so good, you get to see some really beautiful views. Whilst on the way, we stopped to buy a drink and to appreciate the view. And this kid was trying to get me to ride his donkey. From Chef Shawan to Fez, there's so many beautiful views, it's not possible to fit all of them in one video. Before visiting, most pictures or videos of Fez I saw online were of the old town. I didn't think much of the modern side of it. It's beautiful, but I think it could be anywhere in the world. All of the cities I visited in Morocco appear to have two sides. The Medina, or the old town where the streets are narrow and you can't get around it by car. Then you have the modern side where things are just like most cities in the world. I still wanted to show both sides because I don't like giving one-sided reviews of cities. And I know some people care more about the modern side. Unfortunately, on this day, I didn't have enough time to actually explore the modern side. So the only footage I took was this when I was in the car. My main interest was the old town, or the Medina. I hope even with this footage you can get an idea of how developed the modern side is. I believe most of these are mainly residential homes. After visiting Morocco, I'm actually failing to understand why Africa has such a negative reputation. Or does North Africa not count? Because if someone showed me this before I visited, and if they said this is a city in France or Spain, I would believe it. Fez is actually one of the 4 imperial cities of Morocco, the other cities being Rabat, Marrakech, and Meknes. They're called the imperial cities because at one point they have been the capital cities of Morocco. So this was depending on the dynasty. Morocco is a kingdom if you're not aware. Fez is actually the oldest out of the 4 imperial cities. And it has the world's oldest existing and operating education institution. Yes, you heard that right. Morocco has the oldest operating education institution. The University of Al Karen, I don't know if that's how you pronounce it, but it was established in 859. It's actually also in the Guinness World Record books. And this university was founded by a woman, Fatima Al-Firi. I'm sorry for the pronunciations. But it was founded as a mosque and later on it was added to Morocco's university system. The landscape is also very different from the other cities I visited. Chef Shawan was a lot more green and mountainous. Tangier is a coastal city and Fez looks hilly but a lot less green than Chef Shawan. Fez is what I expected most of Morocco to look like, but the landscape is very diverse. This is one of the panoramic views in Fez. You can see a lot of the tourist buses as well, like just right next to the view, because everyone was stopping to take some pictures. For the main attractions, we started off with one of Fez's most iconic spots, the Towera Tannery. Here you can also see the animal hides. Our taxi driver dropped us a few minutes away from the tannery. We didn't know where the entrance was, we just went with our tour guide. We thought it was too late to actually get one, so we would just wander around the city. Whilst looking for the entrance, we were going back and forth, and this nice gentleman noticed that we were lost. He then asked us where we were going. He showed us the entrance and also offered to show us around the city for a tip, and thanks to him, the trip was amazing. The staff at the tannery or just the community here was so welcoming, and they made sure to let me know that it was okay to take videos or take pictures. This whole setup right here is what they use to process animal skin into leather. This is just part of it, but they have a lot more processing inside the tannery. No, English.
English.
Yeah.
Welcome.
Thank you very much.
No problem.
America,
No, Angleterre.
Inglaterra,
Yeah.
English, good
Yes.
people.
The smell is very strong for visitors, so they give you mint leaves to sniff. You want a picture? Hello.
Yes.
You can get into a few shops with terraces to get a good view of the tannery. The one I went to sells leather products. So, why is this tannery special? Well, this tannery has been running for over 1,000 years. Basically a millennium. Apparently not much has changed throughout the centuries, just a few changes to some chemicals that are used to process the leather. Or maybe they do renovate the buildings. If anyone watching knows, please let me know in the comments down below. Here we went closer to the processing area, and this place is very slippery. If you want to make a visit, make sure you have decent shoes because you can easily slip, and trust me, with the smell here, you wouldn't want to fall into any of the chemicals. This is actually the oldest running tannery in the world. I wonder what else is the oldest in Morocco. Remember they have that university as well. And they're both in one city. Of course, these days there are much easier and more modern ways to process the leather, but this is culture and heritage. Oh, he's having a dog.
السي يوسف امور مزيان لا خليكم المهمه يسهل عليك
Careful, yeah, careful. They have a lot of rooms for different stages of leather processing. Here, they're scraping off any remaining hairs or fibers after the initial stages of treating the animal skin with chemicals. Wow. Hello. Hello. Wow. These stone vats are filled with natural chemicals to kill bacteria on the animal skins. And some are natural dyes, that's why they have different colors for different colored leather. There are a lot of health risks from running this tannery, especially for the workers. Some of the chemicals used make the workers ill. A lot of tanneries changed to a more modern way because of the same reasons. So maybe in the years to come, this tannery might not exist anymore. Because apparently it's not as profitable as it used to be, because now they have to compete with the tanneries that use more modern ways who can actually produce more leather as well compared to the traditional method. As tourists, we can support the workers by buying the leather. They have a lot of beautiful leather items. Unfortunately, I lost the footage. After the tannery, we went to tour the Medina. If we'd tried this without a guide, I'm sure we would have been going around in circles. You need someone who knows the place in and out. Some of these paths our guide was taking us through, normally I wouldn't be willing to go through them. I'm really scared of small spaces. But at this point, I didn't even know where I was, so I went through with it. So this was really outside my comfort zone, but I'm happy I did it. The experience was unreal. The whole time I was thinking this is probably how it was like in biblical times. And our guide was moving fast. I don't think I had the chance to even be scared. My main worry was to be left in the alleyways, so the goal was to just follow him. This Medina has over 9,000 streets on approximately 540 acres of land. Even the taxi driver who dropped us off at the tannery, he said he gets lost when he actually comes to the Medina sometimes because he's from another part of the city, not the Medina. But the beautiful thing is that the locals here will guide you if they see you getting lost. Our guide told us that if people need to move things inside that they cannot fit in the alleyways, they use their rooftops. So if you need to move like a big, I don't know, like fridge or something, they would have to use the rooftops, not the alleyways. Out of all of the cities I've visited in Morocco, so Tangier, Chefchaouen and Fez, Fez appeared to have a lot more tourists compared to the other cities. Here's a local bakery. They do have a lot of this in Morocco. This is the Abu Al Hassan Mosque. It's so beautiful. It was actually founded in 1341. You can visit it, but you have to be dressed appropriately. It is a holy place, so you'd have to cover up, both men and women. This Medina is like a maze. You never know what's at the end of the alleyways. And this time, our guide took us to this textiles shop. Wow.
Moroccan silk, not Towera silk. It's vegetable one which is extracted from agave plant. نبتة الصبار.
Wow.
Silk comes from this plant. It's silk, it comes from here.
Yeah.
Inside of this plant, inside of it, there is a lot of fibers. We take them off. And we take off also the skin from those fibers. We don't throw it away because we need it for preparing cosmetic products. It's very good for the cosmetic.
Okay.
And the fibers, it's washed very well till be in white after we spin it. And we use the natural dye to dye it like saffron, poppy flower, indigo. Because natural dye, they never fade in the wash. And that's the final product. It's very shining, soft, but of course for the price costs much cheaper. And the colors doesn't fade because all of them naturally dyeing. This is indigo color, poppy flower. This is mixed between the both of them, mint, cedarwood, jasmine, henna, all of them naturally dyeing. Thank you. And that's what we call a flying shuttle made of cedarwood also. Inside of it, we make one bobbin with one material.
Wow.
The artisan by using the robinese and they throw in the shuttle from right to the left and left to the right. So pass the shuttle thread between the work thread. When he change the pedals down, the work is cross. Then he use the second hand to bring this thread and this throw a new thread from the other side. You see, and one after one, it gives us more long, weaving. Other thing, the bead looms is my specialty in Morocco because it's physically work requires muscles. Ladies loom smaller than this one, but even it's small, it's not easy because the ladies using more pedals down of a loom to make design. That's mean man fabric without design, as you see here, plain color or maximum stripes in different colors, but not design. Now I'd like to show you the final product to have idea. You can have a set, please.
Okay.
Yeah. Look at you, there is a mirror over there. You can see.
Oh my god. This actually goes with my outfit. Kind of. Look.
And look. Oh, that's fantastic.
Should I dress up like this?
The color looks nice when you see it.
Yes, doesn't it? Then we went to this cosmetics shop. It actually had other things like spices, almond butter, olive oil, and more. Again, I didn't expect it to look like this, considering the alleyway I had to go through to get there. They also did a presentation on what ingredients they use. And this lovely lady gave me a face massage with one of the products. Moroccan beauty products are very good. Even before visiting, I was aware of their cosmetics. In this shop, though, they even make some of their products. So if you're lucky, you can find some of them making some of the products. I think this is one of the areas where they make the products, or it could be spices, though. I love the decor. And the way we came into the shop with those narrow alleyways, the only explanation on how the furniture got into this shop is that it was assembled in the shop, or they used the rooftop as the guide mentioned earlier. But I didn't see anywhere you can open on the rooftop. Since this is a carless town, I mean, you can see how narrow the streets are. So you will encounter a lot of donkeys or horses. Thank you so much. Bye-bye. Let's go.
Cool. So we're just gonna go straight all the way.
Yeah.
No left, no right. So until we get to the main road.
Yeah.
Keep walking. It's gonna be like 15 minutes.
This is when the tour guide left us. We were trying to get to a restaurant that was recommended by a lot of people called Cafe Clock. Almost everyone we asked for a restaurant recommendation said we should go there. It was a bit far from where we met the guide, and since it was the last place we wanted to go to, the guide was like, okay, you should be fine to get there. Only if it was that easy. But we started moving and enjoying the market area. This time we were not with a local, so we had to figure out everything on our own. We booked a taxi in advance and thought we should be able to leave Fez by 5:30 p.m.
If you notice, the streets have names. So, and it tells you what gets sold down each lane.
Where do you see?
There.
Here? So what does that say?
I don't know, but the other one. Or jewelry. But the one over there was the dozerie, which means the butchers.
That's a good point. Oh, sorry.
The Nigerian square. The place, the Nigerian.
Nigeria, woodwork.
Ah, okay.
Shukran.
Thank you. I just love how so many people will try to help you even without asking. This made me feel so safe because I thought even if we get lost, the locals will help. And actually, a little girl did help us when we got lost. So she realized we were going to a dead end and she tried to tell us not to continue. The good thing is my partner can speak Arabic, but not the Moroccan Arabic. But they can communicate to some extent. Then the little girl asked us where we were trying to go. We told her and she tried to give us directions. We got lost again and she was like, okay, come, let me show you. I don't know how we trusted the kid, but she was already walking in front of us. And her other little friend was right next to her with a baby in a stroller. I was nervous to have these kids take us because they were outside at home and they left to direct us to the cafe. Where I live, the parents would be so angry, would probably call the police. Whilst on the way there, we bumped into the mom. And I was like, oh my gosh, I don't even know how to say sorry in Moroccan Arabic. What do I do? The little girl then told the mom that she was taking us to the cafe. And the mom was okay with it. We bumped into a man as well who asked her where she was going. I'm guessing it was an uncle or something. And the uncle was like, okay, that's fine, you can take them. Eventually, she got us to the street where we needed to go for the cafe. To me, this shows how Fez has a good community, especially in the Medina, because the mom knows the community would not let anything happen to those kids in broad daylight, because the community is observing. We got to the restaurant and the service was so slow when there were hardly any people there. We arrived around 4 p.m. and I ordered really quickly. We waited till 4:40, then I asked for the order. Then they gave us a starter. We actually didn't get the meal till around 5:20 p.m. The food was delicious, but I only recommend this restaurant if you have a lot of time to spend. If you don't have much time, I recommend that you have it in the market. The food there looked really good. I ordered salad, and I have to say it's one of the best salads I've ever had. I would order this salad again next time I'm in Fez or Morocco. It was a strange combo, but I think this is the norm for Moroccan food and usually ends up tasting so good. Since we booked our taxi in advance for 5:30 p.m. and the food took longer than expected, we were actually late to meet our taxi driver. Overall, Fez was fantastic and the people are so nice. They made me really love Fez. I highly recommend it. It's full of culture and it's rich in history. And it's definitely more diverse than the other cities I visited in Morocco. From what I saw and other things I missed, I recommend 3 days to visit Fez. As we were exiting the Medina, we bumped into this duo. I think they're Berber, but if not, please let me know in the comments. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. I hope to see you in the next video. Bye.